Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Miss Lana. Hey, Miss Lawana. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, ladies. How y'all doing? I know it's a little early. It's what, 11:30 a.m. where I am. So, I guess this isn't early. Maybe it's a little early for those on the West Coast. Maybe it's not early. Maybe I just wake up late. Maybe one of them. But anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm not going to keep you all long. I just wanted to do just some updates. I have some updates for you. Always allow an opportunity for you all to ask questions. So, welcome, welcome, Miss Brenda. Good to see you. Welcome, everyone. I'm not going to keep you long today. I promise you I won't. I tried to sneak in through the lunch hour for some. For others, it might be the early morning coffee hour. But anyway, I just wanted to give you all a few updates on what's going on with Curl House. Um, of course, allow everyone to answer questions. But I'm doing great, Miss Alana. I am doing fabulous. I'm in a really, 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 really good place. So I'm happy. Progress is made personally, progress is made professionally. So I'm in a really, 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 really good place, you all. So I'm excited to share these announcements with you. Of course, if you have any questions about your hair, you know I am here to answer. But let's see. So 11:32. So let me go ahead and do my little intro. I decided I'm going to change my intro this time. I've been thinking about, okay, who am I? I know who I am. I always introduce myself as, oh, I'm Karen. I'm the owner of Curl House. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, a certified trichologist, and the creator of the Let's Get Growing program. Yes, that is all true, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I am Karen Flowers. I am the owner of Curl House. I'm a licensed cosmetologist specializing in natural hair care, also holistic hair health. Yay! That's my new introduction, you all. I am a natural hair educator specializing in holistic hair health. I've been working on that. How y'all like that? Is that cool? I specialize in holistic hair health because the more I've been thinking about it, yes, I love natural hair. Yes, that's my thing. Yes, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. So technically, I can do all hair, but my specialty is natural hair. And in addition to that specialty, I specialize in holistic hair health because it is my thing, you all. We have got to take this holistic approach to our hair health. So holistic approach, meaning we focus on the inside and the outside. So the focus is not just the hair. We have to focus on what's going on within our bodies because what's going on within our bodies affect the health of our hair. How you like them apples? So I've been working on that. So holistic hair health, that's my new thing. So, and that's also what I call, you'll see on my products, you'll start to see it more and more. I might have it on a shirt. I may say it in a video that it is my goal, my mission, and my purpose to help women grow differently. So differently is taking this different approach to the health of our hair. So I like to do what I call flipping hair care on its head, as opposed to focusing solely on the hair, which most of us have been trained, have been taught. Most of us have been doing this for most of our lives. We focus on the hair, what's going on with the hair, but I'm flipping that model on its head. And I am encouraging you to do things differently, grow and maintain your hair differently by taking this internal approach. So thank you, you all, for allowing me to get that out because I'm still working on it. So anyway, thanks, y'all. Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Jeanette. Thank you, Miss Brenda, for appreciating that introduction. And yes, Miss Lana, I will tell it and I will claim it. Holistic hair health. Those are my new buzzwords. So, okay, you all. So, I just wanted to pop in for those of you who have just started to join me. I want to give you a few updates on a few things. And as I said earlier, if you want to drop some questions down below, you can. So, I have three major updates. I think they're major, but okay, they're major for me. The first update, you all, is that I am going to start. I said this last year, and I kind of sort of started it, but I didn't really finish it, or it really didn't come to fruition the way I wanted it to. I'm going to start doing on the couch with Curl House. So I'm going to start interviewing people. So yes, I put out these interviews, not interviews. Yes, I put out these videos. I try to do them every week, but I want to bring in perspectives from other people. So pretty soon I'm going to do, well, you know what? Hold on, let me ask you all a question. Do you prefer the video? So, I put out videos every week. So, I'm going to keep on doing that. Do you all like listening to an interview? So, like if I have, for example, a nutritionist live, like in this format, but ideally I would like for her to be on the couch. But I also know in this climate, live can mean just we're in two different places, and I'm interviewing. So I'm thinking about that model. I would love the Oprah model, because you all know I'm a people person. So I would love to literally sit down on the couch and talk to someone. But anyway, let me bring it back. Would you all like, I need your feedback. Would you all like if I have an interview? So if I'm just interviewing someone like a nutritionist, for example, or a doctor, or I don't know, holistic health practitioner, or another YouTube influencer or something like that. Would you all like that? If y'all can answer that question, if y'all can drop it in the chat, I would appreciate it, because that's what I have some people lined up, and I've been trying to figure out, do I want to actually do the interview and record it and post it as a video, or actually go live so you can ask questions. So okay, someone says yes, but not too often. Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry. I think y'all are answering questions. So I need y'all, I see your questions popping in the chat, but I want to know, would you all prefer live interviews from time to time with people as well? So let's see. Someone says yes, do both live on video and on the couch to reach more people. Okay. Thank you, Miss Lana. So I have a few people lined up. And like I said, I haven't figured out if I'm going to pre-record it, if I'm going to do it live. So normally I pre-record. So I guess for the first one, I'll go live, because I always pre-record. So go live with questions. Okay, great. Yes, do both. Okay, great. Now, the next question I have for you all is, who would you like to hear from? So I can already tell you I have a nutritionist lined up, and she's going to talk about, haven't finalized the topic yet, but she's just like all things like me, all things healthy body, foods that affect the hair growth, what you can eat, vitamins. So I have a nutritionist. So in addition to that, since you all are saying yes, go live and still have videos, who are some of the people that you would like for me to interview? Like, what are some areas? Yes, you all know what I know. I'm a hair person. I do know about health too, but I'm not I wouldn't consider myself a full specialist as it relates to everything health. So that's cool. I am a holistic health educator and hair. But who are some people that you all would like for me to have on this show? So I do have, again, a nutritionist lined up. I have someone who has CCCA, as I know that is one of the most common forms of hair loss. So the person that I have lined up, she actually has a YouTube channel. She has CCCA. She's going to share some of the things that she's done to help manage and regrow her hair. So I'll definitely have her. So I want you all to drop some of your suggestions down. So the nutritionist first. Okay, great. So I'll bring on the nutritionist first. So at some point, I know you're asking questions, but again, I want to know, what are some of the topics that you would like for me to interview people on? Is anyone interested in like plant-based living or plant-based lifestyle, or how you can reverse certain metabolic diseases using plants? That's somebody else that I know who specializes in that. So I need you all to drop some of your suggestions. A hair product specialist second. Yes, no problem. I got you, Miss Karen. I have that person lined up too. My chemist, she's actually going to be on my show as well. So I think I might be going in the right direction. Because I have a chemist who specializes in developing hair products. She knows ingredients. She is on it. I'll have her. I have someone who has CCCA, which is a hair loss condition that affects many, many Black women and women of color. And I have someone who has hair loss. So those are the three people that I already have lined up. Anything else you can think of, let me know. For the people who are popping in, I will be doing more lives where I'm actually interviewing people live so that you can ask questions. Um, and I want to know some suggestions. Okay, Curly Chemistry, love her. Green Beauty, love her. I see. What to wear here and there. Curly hair crisis. Okay. I like that one. Okay, thank you, Miss Lana. I know I already got some suggestions from you. So, what to wear here and there. Is that about clothing? Because you, the part of you all that you don't know about me. Now, I love to look fly now. I know y'all normally see me in this t-shirt because I'm hot and I normally wear a t-shirt, but I like to get dressed up and look super fly too. So is what to wear here and there, Miss Lana, is that clothing? Can you clarify that? Okay, so I wanted to pop in and share that with you all. And then the second thing, I already mentioned that I am going to have oh wait, hold on. These are great. Someone to talk about hair regrowth and menopause. Yes, that's a great one. I'm gonna write that one down. That's a great one. Actually, you all, believe it or not, I have my nutritionist. She specializes in menopause, but she actually connects with someone who specializes in menopause as well. So that's a great suggestion. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She does hair and clothes. Okay, thank you, Miss Lana. All right, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Okay, so hello everyone. Hi, Wasim. Thank you for checking in. Again, if you all have any questions, drop them below. And the first update was me going live and interviewing people. And again, if you want to put any suggestions, that's fabulous. The second update is around my product line. How you like that, you all? I have a product line that is just about done. I do have a product line that is just about done, you all. So I'm happy and finally excited to announce it. It's not the big announcement because I have one product that hasn't released yet, and it will be released in like 2 weeks. But I'm excited, you all. I finally have my shampoo back. People have been asking about this. You all don't know the emails that I've been getting, the nasty grams I've been getting for a very, very long time. Like, Karen, where is the shampoo and conditioner? So the shampoo is now called the cleanser. The conditioner is called the quencher. And why? Oh, and the leave-in conditioner that will be here soon is called the juicer because this will make your hair feel juicy. And I have my Sealer Super Moisture Cream because my hair was just dealing with dryness, in part because of the gray, in part because I'm aging, which means when you age and when your hair turns gray, and even if it's not turning gray, your sebaceous glands, those glands that actually produce the waxy sebum, which is what lubricates the hair, they kind of start to die off. And as a result, your hair gets drier. Your sebum is what actually causes your hair to feel that lubrication. It's not an oil, it's sebum, but we liken it to oil. So, you know, your hair naturally produces this sebum. And when your sebaceous glands start to die off due to age, due to hair loss conditions like CCCA, for example, when you have CCCA, your sebaceous glands are destroyed by the inflammation. So if your scalp can no longer produce sebum, then it's going to affect the dryness of your hair. So that's kind of in part what I was going through. It's also in part what many of my customers and my customers were going through, my clients when I styled hair were going through. So in addition to the previous product line, I developed this moisture cream for super, super dry hair. So this is available too. So I'm just excited about this. I am going to do a full launch party when I get everything in because I am super, super excited about it. But I will say this thing. As I mentioned earlier, you all know with me being a holistic hair health educator, then I really wanted to focus on not just the products, because yes, you all, yes, I love my products, but in addition to that, on each bottle, and I'll say this again when I have my launch party, because it is important for you all to grow differently, which is my little tagline on the bottle, grow differently. On the back of the bottle, there's a little message on the back of the bottle. This one is called the quencher. And the affirmation, or the, I guess, grow differently affirmation is: hydrated hair starts with a hydrated body. Quench that thirst with a glass of water. So that's just an example. So on every bottle is a affirmation to encourage you to grow differently. That is how much I believe and how much I support and how much I know that taking this holistic approach, focusing on your hair and your body, makes a difference. So each bottle will have a little message on the back. This is the cleanser. It has a message on the back. This is the sealer. It has an affirmation on the back. Now, seal out the stress with a deep calming breath. So that's really all about stress management, because stress management also affects the health of your hair. But anyway, I won't go into all that detail now. I'm just super excited, you all, that it's almost there. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your patience as it relates to these products, because whew, it has been a process. So, in terms of the products, if anyone is interested in the products and more, you can definitely go to curlhouseacademy.com and use code YT15 for 15% off. But again, I'm going to have a whole launch party. So whenever all the products are in, I am going to have a whole launch party. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to look at a few questions, and I have one more announcement, actually. I put the code here somewhere. I have one more announcement, and then I'm going to take some of your questions. But let me look at some of these questions. Someone talk about hair growth and menopause. Yes, I got you. Miss Karen, somebody else asked, who's the nutritionist? I read it somewhere. Her name is Robin Mohammed. I've worked with her before. She's actually the nutritionist in my Let's Get Growing program, which is my next announcement. Robin Mohammed, she teaches a whole session in my Let's Get Growing program on nutrition. And not only that, her focus is women over 40, which is my focus as well, women over 40, because she knows, and I know, as we age, particularly over 40, we deal with a lot of fluctuations in our hormones, among other things, but we deal with a lot of things going on with our hormones and what's happening with our hormones, particularly the production of estrogen, at 50 and by the time we turn 50, at least 50% of our estrogen, we experience a decline in our estrogen levels by 50% by the time we are 50 in general, and then it starts to decline after the age of 50. So what the nutritionist does, she really talks about foods. So her approach as well is more holistic. She talks about the foods that you can eat to help balance your hormones and to mitigate the symptoms of menopause. So Robin is that nutritionist, and I will be getting her on soon. And while I'm talking about her, let me know if this time, like a Friday at noon or Thursday at noon, if this time works for you in terms of those lives. If y'all can drop that in the chat, I would appreciate it. But while I'm talking about Robin, the nutritionist, as a part of the Let's Get Growing program, the third announcement is around my Let's Get Growing program, which jumpstarts again on Tuesday. Let's Get Growing is my program that I developed to work with women in small groups, more intimately. It's far beyond a YouTube video. It's beyond a live video. So the program is 7 weeks where you are working with me to help you to address whatever type of hair issues you have. It's not just hair loss. It's hair loss, it's hair challenges, it's scalp challenges, it's I don't know what to do with my hair challenges, and everything in between. So that's the program that I developed to really work with a small group of women to help them to both identify what's going on with their scalp that may be causing them to have their hair challenge. And in addition to that, to actually develop a treatment plan that is specific to them, because everyone's hair treatment plan should be specific to you. So that's in part what I do as well, help women to develop a specific treatment plan that will help with their hair and scalp. So the program is 7 weeks. It is the program that I developed that actually replaces my one-on-one work as a trichologist. I used to work with women one-on-one, and then I started taking this group approach post COVID. So anyway, that is Let's Get Growing. I'm going to pop it down here in the chat if anyone is interested in that, because it starts on Tuesday. And let's see. And then I'm going to answer your questions. I'm putting it down in the chat. It's www.curlhouseacademy.com for the program, and then curlhouse.com for the classes. So I'm going to put it down here. Class starts on Tuesday, and then I'm going to answer your questions. And let's see, that's February 11th. And then payment plans are also available. Okay, so all right, so I dropped that in the chat. It's somewhere in the chat. There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go to your questions, and let's see. All right, let's see. We have a question. I'm adding steam treatments to my hair. Do I steam and deep condition? I also have CCCA. So, Adrian, you have CCCA. I talked about that earlier. CCCA is inflammatory. It primarily affects the top of your scalp. So if your CCCA is active, you can deep condition or you can steam. If you are doing a deep condition, make sure you put a plastic cap on your head, and make sure, particularly because you have CCCA, that your hooded dryer is not high. You do not want direct hot heat going directly to your scalp. So you can do a deep treatment with CCCA, but make sure the heat is on low. You don't want it hot. Now, with the CCCA, in terms of steaming, I've used or experienced steamers that were very hot, and I've experienced steamers that are not hot. You can steam as well, but steam with caution. Make sure that your steamer is not hot. You will be able to know. You should feel if the steam is hot because you get hot, right? So between the two, I would go with deep condition with the lower heat if your steamer is not hot. Okay, hope that answers your question, ma'am. Okay, let's see. Can I apply an oil, then wash it off in 30 minutes? Absolutely. Yes, that's Vio. Can I apply an oil and wash it off in 30 minutes? Yes, you can. That's called a oil treatment. If you can do it different ways, Bio, you can wash your hair and you can put an oil before you wash your hair. You can do it after, or an oil rinse. Like some people will put a light coat of oil on their hair as their last step. You're not talking about that. You want to wash it off. You can apply it 30 minutes before, put on a plastic cap. I always recommend you put on a plastic cap if you are going to apply the oil as more so as a treatment, or you can sit under a hooded dryer. If you like, because that kind of gives you that extra coat of oil to your hair. I already told you that you can, in terms of oiling your hair, your scalp produces sebum, your scalp produces natural oil, but because our hair is curly, that sebum isn't always able to really travel down your entire hair shaft. So you can help your scalp out by doing an oil treatment. Absolutely, you can do that. Let's see. I see some of your suggestions about going live. Make sure you all let me know a good time for you all to go live. I kind of like this time in the afternoon. Um, Thursdays, Wednesdays, doesn't matter. Um, let's see. Medications that affect hair loss. Okay. I will that's a very good suggestion. Medications that affect hair loss. I'll add that in terms of my lives. I do work with the doctor who can help me with that. I also talk somewhat about that in Let's Get Growing as well, medications and hair loss, cultivating long natural hair. Okay, very good topic. There is a very nice young lady called, here it is, Classically Kept. I have interviewed with her on her show. And actually, I just got an email from her recently to be on her show again for a few more topics. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring her on my show because this lady, she has hair all the way down her back. Like, and she's amazing. So I will definitely bring Classically Kept on the show. She is coming as well so that she can talk about long hair. And she's a fashionista, you all. She's fabulous. I will be bringing her on the show as well. Faithia, you said your iron was low, cause your hair to fall out. Absolutely. Iron can affect the health of your hair. That is one of the things I recommend if you're dealing with hair loss and you don't know why your hair is thinning, you don't know why your hair is coming out. Get your iron checked. Get your ferritin checked. You can have both of them checked. Ferritin is normally iron storage. So it's kind of like your iron savings account. I'll say it like that. So you have your iron, your body produces the iron, but it has to store the iron. So if the ferritin is low, then that's an indication that your iron may be going low unless something is off, because sometimes your ferritin can be high. But generally speaking, ferritin is a protein that stores iron, and then there's iron. So if you are dealing with hair loss and you can't figure out why, get that blood work. That is key. Yes, dry hair for us seasoned ladies is a struggle. Yes, it is. So I'm not postmenopause. I am perimenopause, and it is a struggle for me as well. So yes, the struggle is real, and that is also in part why I came up with this moisture cream. In addition to my leave-in conditioner. So this leave-in conditioner, I carried another leave-in conditioner that's similar to this, but just reading comments, and I always listen to my Curl House community, I had to step up the moisture content in the leave-in, and I had to develop something in addition to the leave-in that really, really locked in moisture. So that, yes. And I'm perimenopause and I'm dealing with it, and I'm gray and I'm dealing with this super dry hair. So I get it. And again, if this is something you're interested in, you can definitely use code YouTube 15 to get 15% off. Let's see. Miss Maria, Fridays at noon is good for you. Okay. All right. Oh, I like this person. I'm gonna write all this stuff down after this live. But Miss Lana, you know you keep me on my toes, boo. Thank you. She's a holistic hair professional too. So thank you. I really, really want to collaborate with some other professionals in my field. And this is the year that I will do it. Let's see. I think I already answered this question, Bio. That applies for, in terms of oiling your hair, that applies to women and men. You can apply oil to your hair and rinse it out after 30 minutes, or you can sit it in, or you can put it in overnight. Now, in terms of wild growth oil, that's an option. I remember wild growth oil from back in the day, but if I were to pick just one oil, because there are so many oils, if you are applying it to your hair, and if you could pick just one, you all can drop some of your favorite oils down in the chat for Bio to see what oils you all use. But I like jojoba oil, Jojoba. Jojoba oil is one of my favorites. It has many properties similar to the natural oil or sebum that your scalp produces. Is there hope to regrow your hair if you have CCCA? Absolutely. There is hope to regrow your hair if you have CCCA. So just in terms of CCCA, CCCA is an inflammatory type of hair loss. I don't know what LLC 0816. I don't know if you were here when I made the announcement earlier that I will have someone probably within the next 2 months when I go live, someone who actually has CCCA. I've worked with clients who have CCCA and have regrown their hair. Now, I say regrown their hair. And for your hair to regrow, you have to have active hair follicles, meaning your hair follicle has to be alive, right? It has to be viable. So you don't want your hair follicle can be dormant. There's a difference between your hair follicle being dormant, meaning it's there. It's just not working. You need to jumpstart that process to get that hair growing. Then there is hair follicles that are no longer viable. And what happens with CCCA? The longer you have the inflammation attacking that hair follicle, then the longer you have it, the greater the likelihood is that that inflammation has completely destroyed the hair follicle. So CCCA can be first stabilized, meaning you want to stop it from spreading. And then the second is to regrow hair where you have active hair follicles. Normally, if scar tissue has replaced the hair follicle, then normally the hair will not grow. So, in terms of CCCA, hair growth is possible where you have active hair follicles. Let me repeat that. Hair growth is possible where you have viable hair follicles. If the hair follicle is scarred, then it's not going to grow. It may not grow, excuse me. Let me get my words correct because I've seen some things that you probably wouldn't believe. But more than likely, if it is scarred, then the hair may not come back. But the goal with CCCA and any treatment plan is to stabilize it, stop it from spreading and attacking the hair follicles, and regrowing the hair where you have active hair follicles. And this is also in part what I teach in my Let's Get Growing program, even in terms of this, what is the Let's Get Growing plan? Or I don't know if that's the Let's Get Growing plan, the Let's Get Growing program is a program that I created back in 2023 to work with a smaller group of women to really help them to identify help them to identify if they're dealing with hair loss, what could be the potential cause of a hair loss. I use the word potential because I'm not a doctor, I'm a trichologist, so I can't give you an actual diagnosis, but I specialize in hair loss. I've been trained to recognize hair loss, to recognize the root causes of hair loss. So I help you to do that within the 7-week program. Many people come in the program, they have already been to a dermatologist. I certainly encourage you to go to a dermatologist. Some people have actual diagnoses for their hair loss. Some women do not. But the training is a 7-week program, rather, not training, but a 7-week program that helps you to identify the reasons you may be dealing with hair loss, slow growing hair, dry, brittle hair, and everything in between. So, RC, the plan that you create after you go through the various modules, so it is 7 weeks, maybe around the last 2 weeks, I will help you to develop a custom treatment plan. So I use the word custom treatment plan. You'll learn a custom treatment plan based upon the things that you learn throughout the program, and then you will write down your treatment plan based upon everything you've learned. So that program, again, it starts on Tuesday. You can go to curlhouseacademy.com. Again, Curl House Academy, I got it somewhere. curlhouseacademy.com. If you want to learn more about it, if you want to sign up for it, again, it starts on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, but that's what that is. Okay, let's see. Here we go. I posted that for you, RC. curlhouseacademy.com. Okay, I'm going to get on down to some more questions. Let's see. What time and day? This time and day, around brunch time. Okay. Does post-menopausal gray hair have enough sebum for a water-only hair method? Miss Ama, my opinion, because it is still my opinion, regardless of all the training that I have, this is my opinion. I'm going to say no. The water only method, I wouldn't recommend that as the sole method of cleansing in general, or the sole method of moisturizing the hair. Water only is fabulous for the hair. Well, excuse me, water is fabulous for the hair. But when your hair lacks sebum in particular, or when the hair is curlier, what I've noticed, the curlier the hair, the drier the hair, it needs a little more than water. You need humectants, you need emollients. Some people may need more oil, some people need butter. So you need other conditioning agents beyond water. Water is hydration. To hydrate is water. Your hair absolutely needs hydration. Your body needs hydration too. But anyway, your hair needs hydration, but it needs more than that. It needs to be moisturized. And to be moisturized is applying additional products, additional ingredients to keep that hydration longer, to keep that water locked in longer. So I think, in my opinion, you need more than water. Um, let's see. Does genetics have anything to do with hair length and thickness? Latrice, that is a fabulous question. Absolutely. Yes, 130%. Genetics have everything to do. It starts with genetics in terms of hair length and hair thickness. Absolutely. Yes. So what happens in terms of genetics? Our hair grows in cycles. It's 3 to 4 cycles that our hair grows in cycles. The length of the cycle, the anagen cycle. So how long the hair will actually stay in this anagen growing cycle is directly linked to genetics. Some people can have a shorter growth cycle. So the anagen cycle lasts anywhere from 2 to 8 years. I've seen 2 to 6 years. I've seen 2 to 7 years. So I'm gonna give the whole range, anywhere from 2 to 8 years. Some people who have longer growth cycles, maybe 4, 5, 6 years, you'll notice they may have hair seemingly all the way down to their butt and beyond, with longer growth cycles. And then people who have shorter growth cycles may say, oh, my hair grows to a certain length, but I can't quite seem to get it past the bra, or I can't quite seem to get it past the shoulders. That is real. That is true. Absolutely. However, and then the thickness is the same thing. The thickness is just the diameter of your hair follicle. And that the thickness really determines if your hair is fine, medium, or coarse. It's the size and shape of that hair follicle determines that. So yes, that is genetics. Now, I say all that to say, many times, even though genetics has everything to do with length and thickness, that's where it starts, because remember, we grow differently. We're looking at things that's going on within our body, and that is genetics, hands down. However, length retention is another thing. So what I've experienced as a hairstylist is that we know how to grow the hair, but sometimes we don't know how to keep it. So length retention is a whole other story, right? Length retention, the things that you can do to retain the length. And part of this live, I was going to make a few suggestions, things that may be ruining your length retention. And just if I can just give two off the top of my head, one of the things that may be ruining your ability to really get length, is not knowing your moisture cycle, meaning not knowing how often you need to actually moisturize your hair. Some of us can go a week, can style our hair, put it in the style, and then that's it. They don't have to do anything else to it for 5 or 6 days. Others may have to put moisturizer in it every day or every other day, because our hair doesn't hold on to moisture that long. Our hair is drier. So when our hair is super dry, then it breaks off. So that's one thing that causes it, that inhibits your ability to really retain length, is you don't know your moisture cycle. You don't know how often you need to actually moisturize your hair. And for some of us, particularly us, we should, most of us, we need to moisturize our hair more. But many times we prioritize the hairstyle over our moisture. We want our hair to look good. It might look good, but it's dry. And you know, you probably need to go ahead and wash your hair, or you need to spray some leave-in conditioner or some moisturizer in your hair, but you don't want to compromise the hairstyle. So I get that. But we have to shift. Growing differently, we have to shift our mindset and shift the way we think about our hair. So the health of the hair really does trump the hairstyle. Oh, sorry, said it. Yes, it is possible that you can have both, but the health of the hair comes before the hairstyle, because any hairstyle is going to be even more fabulous if the hair is healthy. So that's one thing to retain length, know your moisture cycle, and also knowing, I always say this, you'll probably hear me say this all the time, something that may be ruining your natural hair is that you're not doing any type of protein treatment. Never at all. We have natural hair, but we still need a protein treatment. We may not need a protein treatment nearly as often as we did with our relaxed hair, but you can still do a protein treatment or products that contain protein. You can do not a I'm going to say a soft protein treatment. It's one by Hydrothermal Naturals that I really, really like. It is a protein treatment. It's not a concentrated protein treatment. It is fabulous for the hair, but really knowing how often you need to do a protein treatment. You can do a protein treatment. I'm just going to say on average, you all, on average, you can do it. Some people do it once a month. You can do it anywhere between 4 weeks to 12 weeks. 4 to 12 weeks. If you want just that sweet spot, every 2 months. Okay. Somebody mentioned, what about botana oil? I don't know if this question was relevant to what type of oil you can put in your hair, but yes, you can use botana oil. I think Vio asked the question in terms of using wild growth oil, what type of oil. I suggested jojoba oil. Botana oil is an option, but be careful if you're using botana oil. As an oil applied to your hair. If you have gray hair, stay away from it unless you rinse it out pretty quickly. So I remember your question, Vio. You said, can you apply it for 20 minutes? I think 30 minutes and rinse it out. So you can do that even if you have gray hair. I've tried it on my hair. Yes, that's why I have all this hair, because normally I would just have a short haircut, but I use my hair to experiment on things. That's why I'm just letting it grow. So I shouldn't use wild growth oil. I'm not a big proponent of wild growth oil myself. I remember wild growth oil from back in the day. People swear by it. It's been around for years. I actually saw some somewhere and I looked at the ingredients on it, and all the ingredients seemed legit. I didn't see anything that stood out like, oh, this isn't really oil. I looked at the ingredients, and the ingredients, I'm reading the back of the label, but I question um, the quality of the ingredient all at the same time. So, in general, I always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If wild growth oil has been working for you, then keep on using it. Like I said, I looked at the ingredients and I saw a blend of oils. I didn't see anything that I couldn't pronounce, so to speak. I didn't see any preservatives that raised a question mark for me. But I don't really recommend it because, well, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone because I'm not sure if the quality of the ingredient, whether or not the oils are refined or not, I don't know. That's why I would stay away from it. I would go with a oil, like again, jojoba oil is one of my favorites, so that's an option for you. Let's see, coconut oil. I'm sure I asked a question about this. Coconut oil is great for a pre-poo. If you want to put coconut oil in the hair and rinse it out, coconut oil is not an oil that I really recommend that you apply. Some people will apply it and leave it in their hair. Some people hate coconut oil. Some people love coconut oil. Coconut oil is one of those penetrating oils that I use as my pre-poo that I rinse out the next day. Grapeseed oil is a fantastic oil as well. So Vio, here's some more options for you. Grapeseed oil is also great for people with fine hair as it's a light oil. Rosemary oil, rosemary essential oil I wouldn't use it by itself on the hair. I would always mix it with the carrier oil, such as jojoba oil or castor oil. So, rosemary oil, that's a great option as well when it is properly mixed. Now, in terms of my juicer, this product, it says it's already sold out. The only reason it says it's already sold out is because I don't have it in inventory yet. So it's not already sold out. It's been sold out since last year, since I started going through this process of rebranding my product line and increasing the moisture content in my product line. This whole process, you all, has taken it started in January of last year. It's now February. It's taken like over a year, far longer than I ever thought, but it's not already sold out yet. It's just out of stock. So once I get it in, I should be getting it in by the end of next week or the week thereafter. Then you'll see that it's actually in stock, and then it's not going to be sold out anymore. So yeah, it does say again it's sold out. It's just because it's not in yet, but it is coming. It is coming. It will be in a few weeks. I promise you. Other oils, avocado, again, fabulous oil. Jeanette said avocado really softens, and it does. Avocado is actually great for cooking as well. That's just a little side note. But yes, avocado is another oil that you can consider. So here, the Curl House community has given you at least 4 other oils that you can consider. I'm going to suggest, Vile, that you try it. As I say, try it. If it works, stash it. If it doesn't work for you, trash it. Okay? So, but before you stash or trash, you got to try it first. So try one of these oils, the jojoba oil, the avocado oil, the grapeseed oil, the rosemary oil mixed with castor oil. See if that makes a difference in how your hair feels. Okay, we are rolling now. Stacy wants to know, are the high frequency wand comb good for hair growth? Huh. Yeah, and the general answer, Stacy, is yes. This is something that I talk more specifically about in my Let's Get Growing program. But yes, it is. I would say high frequency is if you are dealing with hair loss that is due to inflammation, then yes, it is great. Many of us are, but yes, it is great for that because high frequency produces ozone or oxygen. In a nutshell, simple way to say it is that oxygen going directly to your scalp helps to stimulate growth. So you know everything needs oxygen to live, including your hair follicle, which is why if you're dealing with iron, then you may have issues with oxygen, your blood being oxygenated, your red cells being oxygenated. So if you're using the wand comb, the high frequency wand comb, it will encourage hair growth. But make sure that you are um, using it properly. So using it as instructed. Don't get in the habit of using it every day, all day. That can actually do more harm than good. General recommendation, just general recommendation, is no more than once a week. But again, whichever one you decide on, make sure you read the instructions because less is more when it comes to adding these tools and these more what I call advanced hair growth solutions to your scalp. And that is actually the exact name of one of the modules that I teach in my Let's Get Growing program, Advanced Hair Loss Solutions. So this wand comb would fall under that, but you have to be careful of how you use it. Okay, is CCCA the same as balding pattern or is CCCA autoimmune? CCCA is autoimmune. Balding pattern, which is female pattern hair loss or male pattern hair loss. When I see balding pattern, those are the types of hair loss that I think of, and that's more genetic. Female and male pattern hair loss is more genetic. It has more to do with the hormones. It has more to do with the androgen hormones in your body producing dihydrotestosterone, which causes your hair follicle to shrink, causing your hair to get thinner. So that's female pattern baldness. CCCA is autoimmune. It is also inflammatory. So between the two, between female pattern and male pattern and CCCA, CCCA would be probably one of the most aggressive types of hair loss, one of the most aggressive types of hair loss. Because again, unlike male and female pattern hair loss, where your hair follicle shrinks, you can stop that as well. That doesn't have scarring, it doesn't have a scarring component to it early on. CCCA does, which is why if you have CCCA, it is best that you go to a dermatologist. Some people will go to a trichologist and get it stabilized. Do something about it. Don't let it continue to spread. The longer you have that CCCA on your scalp, the more that inflammation attacks the hair follicles. When the hair follicle is attacked with the inflammation, it's going to destroy and degenerate your hair follicle, causing permanent scarring, permanent hair loss. So it's a difference between the two. The best treatment for any type of hair loss is early treatment. But even before early treatment is prevention. But if you're dealing with it, many times we're dealing with hair loss and we don't even realize we're dealing with hair loss, because anywhere from 30 to 50% of your hair may have come out. And that's when you see it, like, oh my God, my hair is getting thinner. Many times if it's up here, you don't even see it, which is why more and more hairstylists are becoming trichologists, or more hairstylists are getting trained in trichology or hair loss, because we see what you don't see. We can see what's going on right up in here and you can't. Okay, that was a lot. Let me bring it back in. Let me see. All right, I got a few more minutes. I got a few more questions. How can you find out if your follicles are dormant or scarred? Well, Charlotte, that's a great question. Many times you could go to a dermatologist. A dermatologist can do a biopsy. A dermatologist can do what a trichologist cannot do. We are not doctors. Most of us are not doctors. There is only one dermatologist that I am aware of who is an actual, she's a cosmetologist, and she's a doctor, and a trichologist, all three. But anyway, you can go to a dermatologist, they'll do a biopsy. When the results come back, sometimes it will say CCCA, sometimes it will say scarring, sometimes it may come back as, let me see, what's the word? Miniaturized hair follicles. So a biopsy can tell you that. And then sometimes dermatologists they've been doing it long enough where they can look at your scalp and see that it's scarred. Many trichologists, we can use tools to kind of a dermatoscope where we can actually kind of blow up your scalp and really see what your scalp looks like. And sometimes we can see the scarring. And then you can do an eyeball approach too in general. I always use the example as a man, because normally when a man is going bald, when he has hair loss, or if he's been bald for years, his scalp looks very shiny. I always use the examples of all three of my brothers have male pattern baldness, and all of them were bald by the time they were 30. And the scalp, the area that has that pattern baldness, is typically right up here in the top, and it looks very shiny. Whereas the area where you have active hair follicles, around the sides and the back, not so much. So you can eyeball it in general to see if it's scarring, if you want to try to eyeball it. Like I said, normally the skin looks very smooth and sometimes very shiny. But to get the best diagnosis, you can see a dermatologist, particularly someone who, if you can find one that specializes in hair loss, because a dermatologist is skin, and of course the scalp is skin at the same time. But there are some dermatologists that really specialize in hair loss, and they can do a biopsy to give you a concrete answer. Trichologists also can look at the scalp and can look at scarring as well. And then you can try the eyeball approach as well. Okay, let's see. Let me see. You're welcome, RC. You are welcome. Somebody, hey, live, work, clean. Good to see you. How do you moisturize relaxed hair? How often should you deep condition? Now, relaxed hair, what happens with relaxed hair? When you put that chemical in it with the relaxed hair, you are instantly stripping your hair of the protein of bonds. So moisturizing relaxed hair is a little different depending on the style. While your hair is relaxed, um, putting moisturizer, water-based product, depending on the style. Many times, moisturized hair, or putting a moisturizer or water-based product in the hair, that's gonna mess up your hairstyle. Which is why with relaxed hair, we tend to do more oils or what's it called? Oil sheens. To give your hair sheens. Even with relaxed hair, I still recommend once a week. At this point, at this stage in the game, at this point in my life, with the knowledge that I know about hair, like I said, we have to put the health of the hair before the hairstyle. So I would go with at least once a week. So of course it may affect how you wear your hair, but you're going to keep your hair healthy. In terms of deep conditioning, relaxed hair, you can deep condition every 2 weeks. Protein treatments at once a month. Now, if you're going to a hairstylist, by all means, follow your hairstylist regimen. But I've noticed many times that excessive shedding with relaxed hair is due to the lack of protein. As opposed to the lack of moisture. So, deep treatments for relaxed hair, as I say with natural hair, you can do a deep treatment, a moisturizing treatment each time you wash your hair. So if you're washing your hair once a week, you can sit under the dryer for about 10 or 15 minutes. Excuse me, 15 or 20 minutes. It does make a difference in your hair. Even with my leave-in conditioner, it is not it's not a deep conditioner. It can double as a deep conditioner. I recommend that when you use it, sit under the hooded dryer. Again, sit under the hooded dryer every time you wash your hair, every time you condition your hair. If you're doing it on average once a week, I always recommend that you apply any type of conditioner with heat. It helps with penetration, it helps with softening your hair. You'll notice a big difference in your hair when you sit under a hooded dryer. Um, yes, if you need to moisturize every other day, do it. You know your moisture cycle. Fabulous. Miss Joanna, how do I keep twists hydrated without taking them out? Excuse me, I'm sorry, you all. I am on a roll. All you have to do with Twist Hydrated, take a leave-in conditioner, a spray conditioner, spray it on your hair and pull it through. That's it. Take a moisturizing treatment. You can use a cream depending on how you're wearing your hair. I've done it both ways. I'll take a cream and I will slather it on my hair. That's if I don't really care what the twists look like. I don't really wear two-strand twists as a hairstyle. If my hair is in twists, I normally have it back in a ponytail. I may be going to a gym. I may be I may be going to the gym. I may slap a wig on. So if you want your twist to kind of stay somewhat neat, I don't know, you may not want to take a cream. That's why I recommend using a spray leave-in. You can give it a spray and gently massage it in your hair, and that's it. So, and you don't have to take them down. That's one of the favorite things that I do when I put on my girlfriend, aka my wig. Let's see. High porosity hair is a beast. Yes, it is. High porosity hair to keep it moisturized. Let's see. What does botana oil do to gray strands? Botana oil in general, it's a great conditioning oil. In terms of gray strands, it is brown. Um, I had some somewhere. The color of it's brown. Like botana oil is full of vitamin A, full of vitamin E. So the nutrients that your hair needs to thrive. But just in terms of the gray in and of itself, if you're keeping it on too long, if you keep applying it and applying it and applying it, it can discolor your gray hair. So, and if you are going to get botana oil, I recommend, there's one company that I recommend. I got botana oil off of Amazon and it was not botana oil. I got bamboozled. It was fake. It was horrible. So I did a little research and I found a company that I like that has authentic botana oil from Honduras. If you go to one of my videos, Miss Brenda, put in botana oil, a couple videos will come up. Look in the description, you'll see a link and you can click on that link to purchase like authentic botana oil. I'm a male, so what shampoo and conditioner would you recommend? I'm 27. So you can use not any shampoo. So you can, of course, you want to use sulfate free shampoo, which is a lighter shampoo. It doesn't have the sulfates in it. It doesn't have things that really strip your hair. So there are many brands that you can use that offer pretty good shampoos. Of course, I'm going to recommend the Curl House shampoo and conditioner. You can get that at curlhouse.com. Thank God I'm Natural has a good shampoo and conditioner that I really like as well. And what's the other one I like? Design Essentials Avocado and Almond Line. They have a shampoo, but they have sulfate free shampoos, which I like. Okay, I'm about to wrap up in a moment since it's 12:30. Let me look at a few more. Let's see. You have relaxed hair. Well, oil is better. So relaxed hair, less is better with relaxed hair. Less is more, rather. Less is more. I recommend a light oil. You can use jojoba oil or grapeseed oil. Just a little bit, because you also have really high porosity hair with relaxed hair. You don't want all that oil to be sucked into your hair and your hair is left. So if you are going to use an oil, use a very light oil. You can also look up the company Live Work Clean. I love this oil. It's a light oil. It's by Ginseng Essentials. JINSA Essentials. They have several spray light oils. I might have it. Let me get it. Hold on. All right, so this is the oil. It's a light oil. It's a blend of oils. I really, really love this oil. This is what um, I normally spray it like at the end of. I use this the way I did with relaxed hair. Remember with our relaxed hair, well, you still have relaxed hair. We used to spray the oil sheen. This is like my oil sheen for natural hair. I love it. It's light and it smells amazing as well. It's again, no, yeah, Gensa Essentials. Let me put that there so you can see that. You can go to their website. They have different scents. This one is the ginseng and royal jelly. It smells amazing if you like strong scents. They have pomegranate. It's a strong sweet scent. They also have scents like shea and honey or something like that, which is a milder scent. So it just all depends on what your preference is. But again, this is the oil that I love. It's a blend of oils, but it's authentic oil. So I know what's in here. I used it in the salon for years, and it's light enough for your relaxed hair. So try this. Okay. All right. Let's see. And I'm going to take a few more questions and then I'm going to wrap up, but I promise you I will be back. Let's see. My scalp is tolerating oils less often than my hair. So my scalp is tolerating oils. So I think if I'm reading this correct, Alma, you don't like to put a lot of oils to your scalp. That's fine. I don't like to put a lot of oils to my scalp. I don't put oil on my scalp. I'm not a let me oil or let me grease my scalp type person. I'll put it on my hair. And I'll typically keep oil maybe about an inch away from, if I'm putting it on my hair, I don't put it right here because you know your scalp produces heat. And with that scalp producing heat, that oil is going to migrate down to your scalp. So I'll typically keep it maybe about an inch, half an inch away from my scalp, but I don't put oil on my scalp. I am not a oil person on the scalp at all. I'm not a grease your scalp type person. I'm just not. I don't recommend that you get in the habit of putting a lot of oils and grease, always slapping it on your scalp all the time, because you can really, depending on the oil, it can clog the pore. And even if the oil has a lower comedogenic rating, which means it's a rating given to ingredients that will determine whether or not it is pore clogging, even if it has a lower rating, by you putting oil on top of oil on top of oil on top of oil, you can disrupt your scalp microbiome, which means the pH of your scalp. And when that is disrupted, it can create a whole host of scalp issues because your scalp is already produces sebum. Your scalp also has yeast. Your scalp sheds dry skin. And when you're putting all this oil on your scalp all the time, it's creating even more yeast on the scalp. And that is in part why we are dealing with inflammation of the scalp. And that is in part why we are dealing with hair loss. And that is in part why we are dealing with a host of scalp issues and hair issues, because healthy hair grows from a healthy scalp. So that is why I do not recommend that you get in the habit of oiling your scalp, greasing your scalp all the time because of buildup. In addition to that, we don't, in general, we're not cleansing our hair and scalp enough. So if we're cleansing our hair more regularly, then that's a little different. But we're not even doing that either. Some of us may wait 2, 3, 4 weeks on a regular. Now, in terms of cleansing schedules, that's different too. That varies from person to person. But some of us may wait once a month, and we have all this stuff built up on our scalp, and it's just creating a host of problems and creating more inflammation. And that is why, in terms of the Curl House product line, the people think this product, my follicle stimulating drops, is oil. They just think it's oil. It's not. It has no oil in it. It's all plant extracts, diluted or housed in water, because oils, I stayed away from oils for the scalp. As a trichologist, like I said, I know healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. And I know we as a culture, we use a lot of oil on our hair, on our scalp. We grease our scalp a lot. And I think that's part of the problem. Now, at the same time, some of you use oils on the scalp. I always say, try it. If it works, stash it. If it doesn't, trash it. So I'm not a big proponent of oil on the scalp on one hand, but at the same time, I know people who oil their scalp. Oils have amazing benefits depending on the type of oil, and it can help the scalp depending on what scalp issue you have. Okay, I got all that out. Y'all know I can keep going. Oh my gosh, it's so many questions. Let's see. Just okay. Yes, shea butter. You can use white. Yeah, I have white shea butter as well. I do use white shea butter for my hair instead of gray shea butter. Let's see. Paradigm shift of love. I like that name. You are very welcome. I like paradigm shift. In my class, in my course, I teach something called making a paradigm shift. Yes, that is a word I made up. It's also a word that I trademark, paradigm shift, which is essentially making a shift in how you think about how to grow and maintain healthy hair. That goes back to what I said earlier about taking a holistic approach to your healthy hair and healthy scalp. That is making a paradigm shift. I see some of you all have been in my Let's Get Growing program. Some of you I will see next week in my Let's Get Growing program, and you will learn how to take a paradigm shift, which is focusing on the health of your body to affect the health of your hair. Can your leave-in conditioner be used on cream? Can your cream? Yes, you can. It can be used in beards, and on the leave-in, and the cream can be used on the beard. My husband uses it all the time. Okay. Let's see. A great daily moisturizer for natural hair. You're dealing with shedding. So I'm going to wrap up on this question, and then I'm going to wrap up in a moment. Just in terms of shedding, if you're dealing with shedding, you need to get to the root cause of why you're dealing with shedding. So are you dealing, because normally shedding is an inside job. So first you got to check what's going on in the inside. Then you go to products. So that is flipping hair care on its head, growing differently, determining what's going on the inside, and if what's going on the inside is affecting this. So first, TB, I want you to do a little self-check and ask yourself, are you dealing with chronic stress? As many reasons many things that could be going on internally that may be affecting your hair. But the one, just for purposes of this live, I want you to do a self check, and I want you to ask yourself, am I dealing with chronic stress? Have I been stressed out lately? How long have I been stressed out? And if the answer is yes, I need you to think of at least one thing you can do to help you manage your stress. That's the first thing. Okay. And then after that, then you can go to the daily moisturizers for natural hair. There are two that I think of for natural hair. One, I like the Design Essentials Daily Moisturizing Lotion. I love it. It's one of my favorites. And then the other ones that I like is by Curl House. This is the Sealer Moisturizing Cream. It is like my super moisturizing cream, or someone called it a miracle moisture cream, because it was really designed for super, super dry hair. So again, the Design Essentials Daily Moisturizing Lotion, I like that. Of course, I love my Sealer Super Moisturizing Cream. You can try that too. If you decide to try my product line at curlhouse.com, you can use the code IG. I think I put that in here. Oh wait, no, that's Instagram. You can use YT, which is YouTube, YT15 to get 15% off. Let me say that again. I have it somewhere in here. YT15 for 15% off my products if you want to try it. Okay, y'all know how I do. I try my hardest to get to all your questions, but it's been an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm going to wrap up. I will be back. I will be back with live guests. I think that is my next live. I will have my nutritionist here, and we will be talking about probably foods. I talked a lot about inflammation and how inflammation affects the hair and how it affects the scalp and how it affects the hair's ability to grow. So my nutritionist is going to talk about some foods that you can intake. She's also a vitamin D specialist. She's a magnesium specialist. Y'all, she's the bomb. So she will be, I believe, my first guest. So you'll be getting, I'm going to do a better job of posting these lives in advance. I'm going to do that for 2025, as opposed to letting you know about 5 minutes in advance that I'm going live. I'm going to post it in advance, but she's the next guest I'm going to have. I'm going to do a full interview live. So thank you for helping me to decide that. To do the full interview live. And then again, if you're interested in Curl House products, you can use the code YT15. The product line is really designed for growth, hydration, and moisturization. So this is it's not a new product line, but I call it an upgraded product line, because I really, really focused on moisture. So I have the moisture cream, I have the juicer leave-in conditioner that will be out next week, the shampoo and conditioner, as well as the growth drops. And for those of you all who really want to learn my full body, scalp, and hair approach, I have my Let's Get Growing program, which is starting on Tuesday. You can go to curlhouseacademy.com. So the way the program is set up very similar to this. The difference is it is 7 weeks. The modules are already pre-recorded. However, we still have live question and answers with me like this. It is via Zoom. So it's both recorded and live question and answer. So I'm not just going to leave you out there on your own. The pre-recorded part is very, very thorough. But a few times per month, I'll also be live, and I'll be answering questions and helping you to work on that treatment plan. So I got you. So if you want to go to the program, curlhouseacademy.com or curlhouse.com for products. And I will be seeing you again with my next guest for my first live on the couch Curl House. Okay, guys, thank you for joining in. Thank you for trusting me with your hair care journey. I am looking forward to all of the fabulous things I have in store for you in 2025. And I thank you for your input. I thank you for your feedback. And remember to grow differently. Take an internal, a holistic approach to your healthy hair and healthy hair growth. Okay, guys, have a fabulous weekend. I will talk to you all probably in a few weeks. Okay, bye.